My name was Jack Sparrow. Told my mom from early, I'ma take over the world. Had to lock it.
Yo, it's your boy Baitface Nate, and it's another episode of Free the Real, bringing you everything controversy, cheeks, and all the rest of it. In today's episode, we have social media versus the normal media, and I'm joined by my two guests. To the left of me, we have
Al, aka Box Park Connoisseur, although those days are slowly fading. Damn shame.
Big Up the Lockdown. And to the right of me, we have
Mike, the cheat clever connoisseur, aka the villain.
still the villain, always will be. So, social media versus the normal media. We are firstly going to talk about which is more factual. So, Al, can we start with you?
Might as well just say it. I watch Fox News. I'll say it. I watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. BBC is a bit too here for me. Yeah, you guys aren't as exciting. It's just like the actual facts. I watch Fox News, you know, a little bit of zhuzh, a little pizzazz.
Yeah, you're American.
You know what I mean? Like, I need some excitement, bro. Like, I want to hear like people scream and, you know, almost,
even
you know.
the way you guys say breaking news, like BBC, breaking news. Fox is breaking news.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
energy,
everything. So I think when it comes to our side, our media, it's a bit more accurate. We actually get to the facts. We talk about what's real, and you know, instead of social media where there's too much. One thing could go one way, one thing could go another. I found out about Kobe's death through Instagram, and TMZ got everything wrong.
I mean,
You see what I mean? Like, I'd rather wait till I have all the facts first before I report it, instead of just seeing like live through social media. It's a bit much for me.
see, the thing with social media is, right, what you're thinking about is when you have actual media chooses what they're going to put out and who they're going to get their sources from. So, for example, if I'm Fox News, I can go, this person who wrote a book specifically about this topic that we want to have, I want him to talk about it because it's going to go with the avenue that we want. When it comes to social media, you're getting it straight from the horse's mouth. I could have the actual doctor of the actual thing, bare doctors with bare opinions going, look, this is our opinion. We actually are doing the research on this rather than like the news actually formulating who they want to say it. Because when you're the news and you can choose how you avenue things, that's down to you. You have more control of factual information. Social media is straight from the horse's mouth. I'm a doctor, I've done my research, blah, 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 out there. Because a lot of the things that they say in the media, yeah, it's probably factual, but it's from their opinion, not from the actual doctor's opinion who's actually doing the work.
The doctors could be lying.
What, on social media?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, you see what Trump has done. He said everything. Majority of what he said to be fake news is actually fake news. Like, it's not real. It doesn't make sense. Even to the point where you see how they fact check him now with the election, how they have that portion that says, oh yeah, you can't, you have to double check if this is actually fact or fiction, and blocking out his stuff. That wouldn't happen on Fox. That wouldn't happen on TV.
Yeah, because Fox just fill up stuff and just put things out there. Even if the thing is, all the things that Trump says, Fox will be like, that's true. That's true.
Be easy, big man. Big E, be easy. Yeah.
Unbelievable. See, look, technology, right?
So, building on those 2 points that you've just made, are you firstly saying that normal media is more factual because it's broadcasted on live television, or are you actually saying it's real news because people are taking the time to go in depth of
Yeah, it's
what they're talking about?
thorough news. It's not just put out there first and then you just be like, oh yeah, well, this is it. This is what was said. We actually take the time to, like, you know, mull it over, see if it's actually fact, do a bit of research first, and then put it out there. Whether it's biased or not, it's at least thorough, so you can trust it a bit more.
Do you know what I hear about the news though? Like, I'll give you an example, like Brexit, for example, right? When I was watching the news, yeah, they'll be like, here is a doctor of economics that will say Brexit is bad because it'll fuck our economy. And they go, on the other side, we have random geezer, Nigel Farage, who says Brexit will be good. So you got a guy who studied fucking Brexit telling you that's going to be a bad idea, and the guy has opinion. And because they have to be like equal or whatnot, they got this guy chatting shit, this guy giving actual information, and it screwed up the whole argument. Screwed up everything. So you're not really getting factual evidence because it's trying to be unbiased. But this guy's just chatting shit. He doesn't know what's going to happen. This guy's saying it's going to fuck up everything. So there's a bit of screw when you're saying it's all factual because they're just putting things out there that isn't actually relevant.
Moving on to the next part of our debate, which version of the media has more of an agenda? Would you say it's more social media, or would you say it's more tabloids and actual media?
Yeah,
Mike,
social media.
do you want to start?
I'll say the media has an agenda. Who owns the media? There's a guy called Richard Murdoch, Australian old Caucasian man, owns the media. He basically owns so many newspapers. If you were to type in what he owns, yeah, it's actually mad. like all the TV programs, Sky News, everything. He owns so much. So what they can do is avenue their opinion. If Richard Murdoch wants something to happen, he just go boom. Like for example, Brexit. He can just say, look, if he can find some sort of way of making money from Brexit, he can be like, look, we're gonna say in the news that Brexit is good, and boom, he can push it through. All this stuff about COVID, they can push through certain things through easily through the media. That's a bit corrupted in the sense of he chooses what goes into avenue, what you listen to and what you take in. With social media, like I said, because you actually have the doctors, you have people with actual ins and outs can say, no, this is wrong, I have evidence why this is wrong. They're just force feeding you or screwing it to their point of view to make you think that it's real.
Fair, but this is the thing when it comes to social media. If you speak out about one thing sideways, automatically it's a lie. Automatically. So let's say, for example, touchy subject, but let's say, for example, I'm like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter did not do anything for black people. Which, I mean, people can fact check and debate whatever they want to debate and see, you know, if it actually did or not. If you speak out and say one thing opposite to what the bias is, you're automatically wrong. You automatically, even if it's actually factual information, if I actually said, no, there's actually no proof of anything that BLM's done for like black families or the families of affected people or anything like that, automatically you're wrong, that's a lie, and you're chastised for having that kind of opinion. And then that whole view on the topic has now been skewed drastically, strictly by just Instagram or strictly by Twitter. For example, remember when everybody did the blocks on Instagram, the black blocks, bro? And then they were saying, oh yeah, post this hashtag for Black Lives Matter. What did that do? It raised awareness, right? All right, cool. Then it came out later that no, you hashtagged the wrong thing. That's social media right there messing it up. Because they're saying that what it did is that it saturated the news feed so that it took away from, I forgot who it was that was murdered at the time. I don't know if it was George Floyd specifically, but it took away from his name being like, you know, or his name being said. So it was just these black blocks, and people were thinking that was the way that they were supposed to respond to support Black Lives Matter, when in essence it took away from it. That wouldn't happen with, you know, something being said on the 10 o'clock news or something like that. That you would have whatever opinion shown. Granted, it might be biased like how you're saying, but at least you'd get what it is, you'd get the information.
So a question for both of you. Who is more wrong about the information that's being put out there? Is it social media or is it normal media?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you, social media is definitely wrong. Only because I know I'm bad, but social media is a bit mad. Have you guys ever been to Caucasian racist Twitter? Have you ever seen it?
It's hilarious.
Interesting place.
It's hilarious.
Interesting place.
Depressing.
Yeah.
For example, like if you just type in like, I don't know, for example, the Sainsbury's advert, yeah? You go on the Sainsbury's advert, and then what you do is you look at the people commenting, and then you click on one of their profiles, and you see you see a guy like some Caucasian man in his 40s, and his bio says, dad of two, British fan, you know, Frank Lampard is the king, like I love being bangers and mash, and you just look at his timeline, it is so mad, and the things that he sees on his timeline are just everything that he believes. Like he'll be like Katie Hopkins, Donald Trump, this, that, and the other, and because he's getting sucked into it, he's like, this is my reality. Even if it could be a bit screwed, it could be wrong, that is his reality.
But then wouldn't you say that's just a small minority of social media? Wouldn't you then say, look at all the times that social media has been right about a lot of things? We touched on it before, the Kobe death, that was distributed through social media, that wasn't distributed through normal media. And most of the stuff that were actually right came through social media and not the actual media. So then, is it not just a balance?
I think social media is good for quickness. Every news that I get now, when I get breaking news, it's from Twitter. It's not from BBC.
But do you use BBC on the Twitter? Like, are you following BBC?
I do follow them, but I do follow them as well. But I mean, like for example, like the news that I listen to like LBC News and whatnot. But when I see someone like Maradona who died, first thing I saw was a thing on Twitter. And I was like, shit. Then I can go check BBC.
If it's factual, that makes sense. Yeah, I can agree with that.
So moving on, which is more dangerous?
Social media. If you get canceled on social media, it's a wrap for you, period. Like it's a wrap. It doesn't matter what you do. You can give millions of dollars away to any relief fund that they have in any country. You're canceled. You can't, I don't care what animals you've revived, who you've come back to save. You could bring Jesus back down and end COVID now. You're canceled. There's no coming back from it.
Okay, but let's say you've been asked to give your factual opinion on XYZ and you've come on national TV giving your opinion of what you think is going to happen and it's wrong. Would you not say that's more damning to yourself being on national TV than it is doing a tweet with 140 characters or whatever it is.
Well, no, because that tweet can get retweeted the same way that national TV, you see what I'm saying? And not many people can watch TV at their leisure in comparison to going on Twitter.
But then, you know, on national TV, that is a save now document that is now for everyone's eyes, and that can be used as a meme, that can be used on a YouTube compilation, that can be used everywhere, and that's going to be a sole representation of you and your opinion. So wouldn't you not say that's more dangerous to society as a whole?
Nah, because that's the same thing as Donald Trump's tweets and those promo videos that I made.
Well, go Donald Trump, man. Yeah, I love you, Donald.
Yeah. With the little dance and everything. Yeah, the little ooh.
You know what thing about social media? What people don't understand yet? It's only like 3% of Britain that have Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. So most of the media that you get is from mainstream media. That's when you all the people that believe in conspiracies like, yo man, you listen to mainstream media, because like they feel like they're the small percentage that have the true secrets and whatnot. Even all the lies that are on social media, it's a very, very small percentage of people that believe these lies. The mainstream media have the fucking cash cow in regards to media that they're feeding out here. It's your Anti-Doris. It's those people that are believing things. They push the real agendas. They push it because they know they have the majority of the power to do so.
What's crazy about that is that you mentioned is because so in the presidential debate, right? They were talking about QAnon. You know about QAnon, that crazy pedo ring that all the Democrats are running.
They drink kids' blood.
Yeah, like all that, and like, you know, what's his name still alive?
Tupac.
Nah, not that one. The one with Ghislaine's Epstein.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that demon. But anyway, so he's they're saying how his like the agenda was pushed through the Democrats, and like QAnon is basically this whole pedo ring that like the Democrats, like Bill Clinton and all them, all of them, But that started through social media, and that made its way to mainstream media to the point where President Trump didn't even negate it or say like, oh yeah, no, that's not real. They were like, well, can you say that QAnon's not real? He's like, I don't know enough about it.
But he's just using that to his own agenda. Because like, if you have like people fighting other battles, for example, how can you concentrate on the main issue? So for example, if you're in a war, like a big war with another country, you try and make them fight other little wars, little battles to help them keep them occupied. Yeah. That's what it is. Like Donald Trump will have all these people believing QAnon, having all this kind of little stuff, thinking, yeah, Donald Trump's right about this, rather than actually looking up and going, shit, this guy's a bit of a motherfucker. Like, this guy's actually mad. Do you know what I mean? He's squabbling other things, but really and truly, like he's doing this to distract from the fact that he's done this thing bad, that he grabs pussies without permission. Well, like, do you get me?
I mean, that might have just been said. I'm not defending him because he's a prick.
Would you grab pussies without permission?
That's a bit wild.
There we go.
Yeah, that's just not.
And on that swift bombshell, we come to the conclusion. So, the debate of social media versus normal media, who has more influence, who has the bigger agenda, who is more factually correct. On this occasion, I'm going to have to say that normal media was indeed the winner.
I can give it to them.
So, Mike, as our resident loser this week.
What, Jamar can drink?
Jamar can drink.
Jamar can drink.
Please have a shot, sir.
You enjoy.
Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, share to your auntie, baby dad, baby mum, grandfather, anyone else you might be interested in watching, and we'll catch you next week for the next episode. Safe.
Make sure you follow the socials, tweet us your opinion, and see what you have to say.